Hey Green Cellos, this is a practice video for Iron Man for just those little individual melodies that we have here. So right now I'm going to go ahead and isolate each melody and walk you through it. The first melody that we have is measure 7, and this one we already kind of know, but I'm going to walk you through it anyway. So right now go ahead and grab your cello, grab your bow, and match me on these notes. I'm going to call them out for you. First one is E on the D string, and then G on the D string, G again, A on the A string, and then we have C, B, C, B, C, and then G, and then G, then A, A. So that melody happens time and time again throughout the piece. That's one of the big major melodies in Iron Man. Now the rhythm goes like this: 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. 2 and 3, 4. Sorry, I counted that wrong. The second measure is 1 E and a 2 and. That was my bad. Now, when you play this, make sure that your 16th notes have smaller bows. If you take a look, when I play the 16th note, and this is hard to show, I'm using this much bow. Not this much, because that's a little bit too crazy, right? When you do the 16 notes, that's all we need. So it's less bow than any of the other things that we're doing right there. It's about as much bow as I'm using for an 8th note. And that makes it so that it doesn't get too crazy. Go ahead and try this with me with the rhythm now on measure 7. You can practice this in between, by the way, if it's too fast for you. Just get it under your fingers first and then try playing with me on the rhythm. Here you go, measure 7. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1 E and a 2 and 3 and 4. So that's the first melody, measure 7. The next melody that we have to be aware is measure 15. Now, once again, we're going to walk you guys through the notes, and then we're going to go through with rhythm. So, the notes in order are this. We have A, open A, and then C. Sorry, A, and then C, A. Then next we have a G sharp. So for the G sharp, you have to find your third tape, which is right here, and you have to extend your pinky over. Now, take a look. When I do an extension, my thumb doesn't move. So this is regular 4, regular pinky, but it's expanded pinky. My thumb stays in the same place because this is not a shift, this is an extension. The difference between a shift and extension is that your hand remains the same place for the extension, so your hand can come back. So, once again, let's find those notes. We have A, and then we have C, and then A, and then use this open A now to extend your pinky up above the third tape, like this. And then we have pinky on the G sharp. And since our pinky's on the G sharp now, it's actually pretty easy to use a third finger on the next note, which is a G natural. So we're going to use that third finger for the G natural. And we have D. And then we're going to use the open D to move our finger back into our original position, third finger on the second tape. We have now F sharp. And then G. And then we have G sharp again, so once again move your pinky up, G sharp, and then A. Right? So I want to play this in tempo so you can take a listen to what this sounds like. This is measure 15. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. Like that, okay? So once again, I'm going to walk you through that. We have open A, then second finger on C, and then A open, and then pinky, fourth finger extension. Remember that goes above the third tape. Your thumb remains in the same place, G sharp. Then third finger on the third tape. Your hand doesn't move. Here we go. And then after that we have open D. So with the open D, you're going to reset your hand, and then third finger goes on the second tape. Then pinky. Or is it just one pinky? It is 2 pinkies. And then pinky extension again. Right? So, try it with me in tempo now from measure 15 after you practice the notes a little bit. 3 and 4 and. And there it is, okay? Now the big thing to focus on here is that after the first 2 eighth notes, Everything else is syncopated. Remember that syncopation means that it's not on the beat, so we have to play it like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Yeah? So just go ahead and try playing with me like that. I'm going to clap it out, but I want you to play it with me on the rhythm. Take it a little bit slower. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and. That's how the rhythm goes. If that feels good to you, then let's go on ahead and play it at the actual tempo. So we're gonna go 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Now you might have noticed just now that actually I use my fourth finger after the fourth finger extension. If you want to do that instead of the third finger, that's totally fine. You just have to make sure that your hand is nice and loose, okay? We have one more melody in this entire song that we have to be aware of, and that is in measure 19. So I'm going to walk you guys through these notes. Measure 19, go ahead and find that with me, and we're going to go one note at a time. We have A, and then C, and then B, and then A. Then we have rests, then B, A, G, and then E. Let's just focus on that much for now, okay? So, in measure 19, we have those notes. The notes aren't the issue. The issue is the rhythm. So let's count this in 16th notes. We're going to start from 3, and then we're going to go 3, E, and 4, E, and Try clapping that with me. We're going to go, once again, from 3. Ready, go. 3, E, and 4, E, and If you can clap that, then you can play it. Okay? So, try playing it now, or continue clapping it, whichever one you prefer, until you feel really comfortable. That first rhythm and measure 19. Ready, go. 3, E, and 4, E, and. That's it. Yeah? Try it again with me. 3, E, ready, go. 3, E, and 4, E, and. That feels good. Let's make it a little bit faster. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and. Sorry. Like that, okay? That's the actual tempo. So once again, the actual thing sounds like this. And we have the same rhythm on the next measure. 1, 2. Right? All together from measure 19, it sounds like this in tempo. We have 1, 2. 1, 2. Now notice what I'm doing with my bow. With the first 16th note there, I'm really stinging that 16th note to give me a little bit of pop, but I'm not using too much bow. See that? I'm using about this much bow, maybe like a third, a quarter at most of the bow, and I'm using fast bow speed and lots of weight. I'm not going like that, that's way too much. This is nice and small. Like so, yeah? Now, next, we have another section, a little bit of a run. And a run is what I'm talking about when notes go up or down sequentially, right? So we're talking about measure 28. Let's go through this one note at a time. Remember that flat means that you go lower, so you go closer to the fingerboard, right? So let's go from measure 28. We have E on the D string, and then E, and then E, then G, then A, another A, then a B flat. Remember that B flat is going to be below this first tape, so I'm going to move our first finger back here. Remember, this is an extension, so my thumb remains in the same place, right? So let's go ahead and get that B flat, and then one on B natural, and then after the B natural, hey, you hear the band? They're here. They're very loud. Then after the B natural, we have a shift. So now you're going to take your first finger and you're going to move it up to the third tape, and your thumb is going to move at the same time. See that? So if you look back here, my thumb and my first finger are moving at the same speed, like so, right? It's like a whistle, it's like a slide. So we're going to go, once again, from the B flat, give me that B flat, low 1, then B natural, then slide up, both fingers at the same time. Then this should look like this, right? Thumb is here, first finger is here. Then we have first finger on the third tape for D natural. Then we're going to put down second finger right above it, right where second finger usually goes. And then third finger on the E natural, like that.
Good morning, Southern Hills, and welcome to your announcements on this day, Wednesday,
I'm going to keep going.
25th, 2018.
So,
These are your
28s. We are going to go
having a
1 and 2 and 3 and that is that tempo, that is that excerpt. Once again, I'm going to show you one more time, a little bit slower. Play along with this one. We're going to go 1 and 2 and 3. Oh, sorry, my bad. That was my bad. Ready and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. If you can get that, that's the last melody. I'm going to cut you off here because that's very loud. Happy practicing, you guys. Much love. You guys rock.